G'day, lads. Welcome back to Game Inspector. So today we're going to look at another Halo trailer. This trailer is the cinematic story trailer. It came out basically 6 months or 7 months later than the previous trailers I've looked at. So they've had another 6 or 7 months to cook. So let's hopefully they've made some changes and improved it a bunch. First of all, we will check out the trailer in real time. We'll give it a hype score, react to it in real time, and then we'll go over it again and give it a reality check and bust out the old magnifying glass. Yeah, oh baby, and see how realistic of a portrayal it is. All right, let's get cooking. Mate, caption on PS5. We'll talk about that later. Nice slip space jump, hey? That's a sick animation.
Now move it out. Double time.
We got Johnson. Pretty sweet. Let's go, Marines. Lock and load.
We were losing the war.
All right. Bit of space battles. Ooh, getting pumped. Getting pumped.
By an
Whoa,
alien
they're boarding.
alliance bent on our eradication.
That looks like the flood shot.
The Covenant.
Good old gold elite. That same shot. Ooh,
So
baby.
we made a bet
On the big
and
boy.
trusted everything we had left to one soldier.
Chief, mate. Ooh.
Those
Oh,
of us who managed
Poor
to
pillar of
escape
autumn. Come on, Chief.
found something.
What's the seat rep? It's a big old hula
It
hoop.
wasn't refuge.
Ooh, that looks
was
good.
something
That looks
ancient.
improved. Yeah, that looks much better.
Beautiful
Okay. Ooh.
and dangerous.
Ooh, baby, the flood. Better watch out, boys. Oh, that music. Let's get to it. Lock and load. Ooh. Oh, this is that same
The
shot.
Covenant followed us here.
Ooh, that looks good. That actually looks good.
If they claim this place,
Oh, man.
humanity
That's a nice shot. That
doesn't
red
survive.
shot in the Pelican.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, that made. Fucking pump him. Stick the hunters, mate. Stick him. Oh, that lighting's really good. Yeah, that atmosphere.
You
Beautiful.
are more
Get the
than
fuck
your
in, mate.
armor.
Let's go. Whoa. That
More
board slide.
than your mission.
Board slide?
And more
Ooh,
than
bit
they
of slow
can
mo.
handle.
Jumping into the tank. Give it to him, Chief. Nice ghost steal. Pump him. Ooh, the shoddy. Take the Banshee and zoom away. Ooh, man, this is nice lighting. Okay, sweet. Give it to him. Or swapping out weapons like every shot, every scene change. Stuck the elite. Ooh.
They believe they can break us.
Yeah. Not cheap
They
though.
believe the fight ends here. They're wrong.
Oh, Chief. He's still there. He's still got it. Man, that shot looking up to him, fucking badass, man. Oh. Utes. Utes. All right. That was a nice trailer. I like the build-up. Just my personal opinion. I love it when they start off slow, kind of lay the groundwork, build up the story, and then just pump in, get in some like action-packed gameplay, and set the scene with that. So, man, I love that trailer. There's a lot of things I really liked in that one. I think that's up there. All right, we're going to give it maximum hype because that was fucking sick. Obviously, they got the music. They always have the music. They've got Chief. They've got the explosions. They've got hijacking the Banshees hijacking the ghosts and jumping the Banshees and the tanks and the Warthog. Oh, those Warthog slides, man. Just too good. All right. Maximum hype on that one. That is sick. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. But let's see how real that was. Was that just like some smoke and mirrors, or was it a bit suspicious? I don't know. Let's have a look. So let's take it back. Yeah, so the first shot captured on PS5 Pro. That is wild, man. I have not seen that on a Halo game before. So I wonder if this. Oh yeah, I wonder if this is to clean up all that noise from the previous trailers, because I believe it's the PS5 Pro is the only one with the updated upscaler, the PSSR. I forget what it's called. Like PlayStation Super Resolution or something. It's like the advanced AI upscaler. I think it's exclusive to the PS5 Pro. And so you've got the PS5 Pro, which is running at a high resolution, better effects, better graphics, all that kind of stuff. And then you got the better upscaler on there to clean up all the noise from the lighting and the speckly stuff. So I wonder how much the PS5 Pro is working to fix a lot of the graphical issues from the previous trailers. Or if they've just actually cleaned them up in real scenes. That would be really interesting. Man, that's a great animation. It's obviously CGI. It's part of the cutscene in the game. This looks pretty good. This looks like cutscenes, but at the same time, is it in engine?
We were losing the war.
These look like cutscenes,
Pushed
these
to the
space
edge of
battles.
extinction.
Like CGI cutscenes. Oh, this is actually a cool shot. They have this correct on the cutscene where the Covenant spaceship's board. If you've played Halo 1 a million times like I have, in the first level, Cortana says, "We go out and they come in," with the life pods as the humans escape. These ones come in and smash the Covenant ships come in and smash into the exit doors and offload the Covenant into the Pillar of Autumn there. So that's good that their cutscene is law accurate, or at least consistent, I should say.
By an alien alliance bent.
It's interesting. I think this might be a spoiler. If you don't like spoilers, maybe skip it ahead 30 seconds or so. But this looks like a shot from the Flood, like when Chief is looking at maybe the replay in one of the Marines' helmets. You've got Sergeant Johnson and the Marines trying to tackle the Flood, because like there's a lot of green happening here. I wonder if they're in one of those rooms.
On our erratic.
There's a lot of green lighting coming out of there. I know the plasma pistols have green plasma shots, but I feel like that's a Flood shot, not the first level Covenant boarding the ship. So yeah. This is one of those shots from the previous trailers. It does look significantly cleaned up. It doesn't look 100%. There's still a bit of noise in the framing of the door there and down the bottom. Bit of blotchiness, but it's cleaned up a lot. Yeah, it's cleaned up a hell of a lot. I think the lighting is actually on a slightly different angle here, but overall it looks acceptable. I'm pretty happy with that. Cleaned up a lot. It's good.
So we made a bet.
Nice. Yeah, these. I know about that last cryo sleep thing. Is that what it's called? I don't know if that's real time in engine, but this shot is in engine when Chief is walking into the bridge on the captain's floor or whatever, and all the other guys and flight crew are like, "Oh fuck, it's Chief! Watch out, boys!"
And trusted everything we had left to one soldier.
That's so cool how they do the Halo ring reflection in the visor there. Yeah, these textures look pretty believable. Everything looks pretty believable in engine. Or in-game, like an in-game cutscene. Yeah, these looks like kind of like CGI cutscenes. This is the interesting with graphics these days, that the in-game graphics look almost just as good as CGI these days. So it's like, is it obviously they're using the same similar assets, but how much additional post-processing and touch-ups are they doing on some of the cutscenes, like pre-rendering in some of the cutscenes and just using the same assets to make it look similar. Yeah.
Those of us who managed to escape found something.
You know, interesting, as the lighting comes down, there's a bit of fizzle there in the lighting, so a bit of noise and fizzle. Not completely clean, but it looks all right. It's not too out of place. I mean, it's not too obvious is what I'm trying to say. Kind of low resolution on this planet or moon.
It wasn't refuge.
This is really interesting. This leak looks cleaned up a lot compared to the previous trailer from 7-8 months ago. All the rock faces and the textures in the rock faces look much higher quality. The shading and shadows look a lot better. The previous trailer, all the foliage looked pretty lit up or unshaded. This one looks a lot better. It's still missing like the secondary shadows, like ambient occlusion and things like that, but it looks a lot better. And we've seen some gameplay on this level, so I'm hoping it's like it's just improved because it's running on the PS5 Pro. It's got a bit more horsepower to play with.
It was something ancient.
Although the textures don't actually take more horsepower to run, but they just need more VRAM. Does the PS5 Pro have more RAM or more VRAM? I don't actually know. So that's interesting. I wonder if they've just improved the textures across the board. That'd be great. This is really cool how you have the wet sand. So you've got dry sand up here, bit of wet sand, and then like very recently wet sand. This is really cool. Not many games have that. Interesting, actually, if you look a bit closely on the horizon, there's these other structures that are not in the previous trailer and not in the original game. So I don't know what that is about. Yeah, anyway, let's keep going.
Beautiful.
Yeah, let me go back a couple.
Ancient.
Yeah, these textures are pretty low resolution. There's also a bit of chromatic aberration happening on the edges here. Chromatic aberration, I hate it, but also like it can, like in trailers and things like that, it can make the presentation look more realistic. It's kind of weird. The more blurry and obfuscated you make the assets, the more realistic it can look. If it's like too crisp, it can look too video gamey or too uncanny. So yeah, but if hopefully there's an option to turn off that in the game, chromatic aberration, because that's the first thing I do.
Beautiful. And dangerous.
Yeah, all these textures and shots look pretty realistic of the actual in-game stuff. Like the textures aren't super high resolution. The reflections are exactly what you would expect from a normal video game. Nothing is too crazy. It doesn't look like fully ray traced reflections. But yeah, bit of aliasing on some of these sharp edges there. Yeah, this looks cleaned up dramatically. Like I was complaining in the previous trailer about all the noise and the pixelization of the lighting. It looks a lot better.
The Covenant.
Yeah. This structure in the previous trailer was the lighting and the reflections were just blotchy and hard, not resolving properly for ages, and it was so distracting. Looks pretty much fully cleaned up here. Maybe it's not perfect, but it's not like resolving in real time and blotching all over the place. Also, still got screen space reflections on the side here, so that's normal. So like watch as we come down to the water.
Covenant.
Look on the edge down here, bottom right, I think it is. Yeah, you've got this shiny part of the water. It's because the assets above it are cut off on the edge of the screen, and that part of water down there doesn't know what to reflect, so it's just not reflecting anything. And look, as the camera moves along, it kind of reveals it.
Followed us here.
Yeah, that shininess pushes in. You know what's really impressive? Well, I think looks super realistic. The foliage up here looks so good, almost like it's CGI, but I'm quite sure this is running in-engine or in-game cutscene. It looks so good.
Us here.
Love this shot. Nothing I can really point out. I mean, I guess, it's very stock standard landscape structures here. Like the textures are a little bit low, but nothing to complain about. It's just what you would expect of terrain that's really far away from the actual gameplay. It's a bit optimized, low resolution. Massive chromatic aberration around these bits of the landmarks here.
If they claim this place,
It's kind of interesting with Cortana. Pretty much every single Halo game
if they
has a
claim
different
this,
Cortana design. And so I guess there's not one single way that Cortana looks. But she looks a little bit odd here, I reckon. Just a touch. Yeah.
place.
That's a sick shot. Captain Keys.
Human.
This is so cool. Like everything's really dark around there. And then you've got the red lighting. Like perfect atmosphere building. This is that first shot. Spoilers again. You don't want spoilers. Skip 30 seconds ahead. It's that shot when you're landing in the swampy area. When you're leading up to meeting the flood for the first time. Crazy. Man, I hope that is done really well. That was one thing that was pretty poor on the anniversary Halo 1 remake or remaster. The lighting was just way too bright and it ruined the atmosphere. But hopefully this is, like, as you can see, I hope this is exactly how it feels in the actual game. That actually comes back to the other point about camera angles. I don't think there's been any gameplay camera angles yet so far. I think there's, yeah, okay, they're about to come here.
Humanity doesn't survive.
All the grass is blowing in the wind from the exhaust and stuff from the Pelican. That's pretty cool. Hopefully that's actually in game. Yeah, it does. All those assets look like it.
That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. Such a cool voice. This shot, I fucking love this shot. Let's go back for a second. Okay, when you throw the nade, when the nade first gets shot, look at that animation. Not only throwing of the nade, but also the camera shake.
That's not going to happen.
Ooh, that's really good. It's like when you throw something, right? You kind of jolt your whole body and your head tilts a little bit. And so that just makes it feel super visceral that they've incorporated a really nice head shake. Nothing too crazy, nothing to ruin your vision, but just to know that, like, you're fucking giving it to them. Oh, fuck. That's so good, man. Like, I could just watch that on repeat. Boom. Nades, man. I love nades. Well, that's interesting. Go back a little bit. Yeah, the Jackal shields, they are experiencing a little bit of aliasing. They're not... See the little crunchiness or sharp edges? I think the upscaler's having an issue there. Some issues resolving and smoothing out. So aliasing is basically jagged edges. So if you get a straight object on the screen, so the pixels in screens on a grid layout, get a straight object, it's perfectly flush down the side. But if you tilt it on an angle, the grid layout of the pixels are vertical and horizontal. But if you put the asset on an angle, the pixels are a bit of a jagged step as it tries to draw down the edge of the angled asset. And so that's aliasing. And so what anti-aliasing does is tries to smooth out the edge. So yeah, the anti-aliasing is having a little bit of issue here on the Jackal shields. This is like one of the first, I guess I've seen a little bit of, oh yeah, no, this is probably one of the first aliasing parts, or noticeable aliasing parts. There's been a few minor things here and there, but generally it's been really good presentation. This stands out a little bit.
You are more than your armor.
That Warthog slide, man, so good.
You are more than your armor.
It's interesting. I actually see some smoke up here. It's interesting that they're still rendering that from a distance. That looks like the smoke is coming from behind this valley and mountain area. So I assume this is second level. Is that right? Second level, picking up the Marines. That's really cool that they have the smoke in the distance from maybe crashed helicopter, or not helicopters, pelicans and stuff.
More than your mission. And more.
Ooh. Boarding animation.
More than they can handle.
Let's go back there.
Your mission. And more.
That's a cool animation.
More than they can handle.
Don't actually love that animation. So you jump on here, and then he jumps around and does like a twirl as he kicks. Look at him. He like kicks him off. I mean, I feel like that's a little bit dainty. Don't know how else to explain it, but like I feel like Chief should be a bit more brutal and aggressive in some of those hijackings. But I mean, it would be hard to animate, but yeah. I think. Okay, this part. Let's just check. With the shotgun, this is probably the one part where I've seen. Oh yeah, this shows it as well, I think. Let's get the shotgun out. So, with the PSSR, the PlayStation something super resolution. I don't know if it's called yeah. Anyway, the AI upscaler for PlayStation 5. As things move, upscalers can leave a trail or leave some disocclusion artifacts. So when an object moves and the game has to show what was behind the object now as it's moved out of the way, often there's lots of artifacts in there. But with these AI upscalers, sometimes where the movement happens, it can be a bit extra sharpened, or like you can tell it's doing a bit of extra processing in that disocclusion area. And that's what I think I see here as he's moving the shotgun. It's hard to see, especially with this texture, this snowy texture on the metal below. But that's what it kind of looks like to me. It looks like it is using the PlayStation Super Resolution AI upscaler. And I think ultimately, that's why they chose to run this on a PlayStation. It's because it has the PlayStation Pro, max out all the graphics, use the AI upscaler, and still say that, hey, this is on a console. Because Unreal Engine is probably a bit noisy with the lighting effects and stuff. This has probably resolved a lot of that. The PlayStation Super Resolution upscale has probably resolved a lot of that. So I think that's why they've chosen to run it on the PlayStation 5 Pro. So I don't know what that means for the lower consoles, the Xbox Series X and normal PlayStation 5. Hopefully they've cleaned it up, but it's hard to I can't get a definitive answer. Like, all I can say is like they put it on a PlayStation 5 because it looks better on they put it on a PlayStation 5 Pro because it looks better on the Pro. That's what I would be guessing. So Hopefully it's not too bad on the lower end consoles. Oh, I love this. Love this. Also, another thing. All these gameplay shots look so good, but they're not showing UI. Why? Because UI makes games look worse and look shit. Like they could have a little light bar or something along the ridge of this magazine to tell you like how full or empty it is. You know, like just a faint light bar, and you'd know, oh, that's how many bullets I've got left in the chamber. Like I don't have to have extra UI. But also the lighting is so good in this. Like all the color scheme, you got the browns, the grays, the greens, the dark greens, a little bit of orange. Oh yeah, the accents of the lights in the distance, and from the plasma shots, what makes the areas glow. You got fire, you got red light warning systems, and you got shots. And look, and another really cool accent which I love in this Halo game is the visor accents, like the reflections from the lighting in the scene causes some visor accent. I don't know. I wonder if that is part of the UI or if it's how do I do. I haven't actually done many of these UI accents, but I wonder if that is just UI playing off the lighting in the scene. But like, look at this. This is another massive thing. Shooting the elite. So in the previous trailer, you shoot the elite and you basically have almost no feedback of what's going on. So that's why they're going to put it in the hit markers. Oh! But this one, you shoot the elite and then the whole energy shield of the elite starts glowing, like just like the original. So that's a really good change that they've done. Oh, look at that accent around the visor. The glow around the visor when the energy shield breaks. That's so good. Oh man, all of those lighting effects. It's so dark in here, dark and dingy. Like, you know, the power's gone out. You've got a lot of smoke in the air, a lot of debris all over the place. This really looks like a war zone, right? And then all of the accents is like active things that are happening, things blowing up, things shooting. Man, these are nice glows. Hey, look at that. That's so sick. Wow, look at that blood. Shit's getting real in this scene. I wonder if that is dynamic blood footsteps. Like if you walk through it, does it leave blood trails behind? That'd be pretty crazy. Yeah, look how much the armor or the energy shield is glowing from a few shots. It's so sick. This is my favorite gun of all time, like from the Halo 2 SMG. So sick. Just crackles. All of those. Okay, I have to go back and go through each one of those. Yeah, so you got this sick, boom, his energy shield breaks. It has this sick reflection of the visor. And then as it disappears. Oh yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's fully distorting. The energy shield breaking is fully visually distorting the pillars and everything. That's cool. Man. Oh, really nice reflections coming off the armor and stuff. Man, this scene is so good. Yeah, and then a bit more accents above here from shooting. Yeah, it's cool as. That's interesting. They're doing these shots, right? Let's go back. So he's got the SMG. He's shooting. He changes to the needler in the last scene, and then it cuts to this scene. He's shooting with a needler, and then he pulls out the cannon. Oh man, I've got the name of the cannon. And then it changes to this scene. So this is a very edited trailer. And then he pulls out the energy sword, and it changes to this scene. Then it's relevant to the energy sword. So like, as they change weapons, it changes scenes. right? So it's very edited trailer. Oh, and look at this reflection along his visor here. Is that? Oh, and you've got like some cold ice tips or ice frosting over the visor. Very cool accents. Oh, that was the. I think that was the energy. That was the plasma grenade. Oh no, maybe that was you getting shot, and gives this full accent. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, and then he changes to a rocket launcher. Kind of turns around, changes to a rocket launcher, and it's a different scene.
They believe they can break
Yeah.
us. They believe the fight ends here. They're wrong. They're wrong.
Yeah, this looks like a real asset of his glove. Bit of aliasing on the edges there. But overall, very clean presentation. Nice lighting and shot up, looking up at him. Man. Yeah, so there it is. Let's bring open this one, eh? Very cool trailer. Obviously edited very heavily with the weapon changes corresponding with the scene changes. Some good cinematics to kind of set the mood, all these shots, and then going into gameplay. Fantastic trailer. I loved it. But how is it in terms of realistic representation of the game? Now, they did show a bunch of gameplay shots, but each of them were quite set. So even when he's like hijacking the ghosts and jumping into the tank or shooting certain things. There's one other thing. What was it? Oh yeah, shooting a grunt, changing to the shotgun, shooting an elite, and then quickly jumping into the Banshee and taking off. All these shots are very planned out. And so while they did show gameplay, they didn't show UI, and all the gameplay that they did show was very planned out. So we do know how Halo plays. We've all kind of played it, hopefully, except for those on PlayStation. But today's your lucky day. Overall, I think I'll give it a verification passed. Heavily edited trailer, but they do show gameplay, so I think that's okay. But yeah, there is that other trailer. I think it's more to do with Sergeant Johnson or the new missions that are happening. Might check out that one. But keen to get into some other ones as well, other games. Let me know what score you guys gave it. How hyped you were watching this trailer for the game, and also like how realistic of an expectation you guys give this trailer. So like and subscribe, do all that good stuff, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. But thanks for watching. Catches.